Hey guys, I just wanted to record a little message of encouragement to you all. I asked Spirit, what do you want to say to them? And I heard, just be a light, Miranda, for the people who stumble across this, just be the light. And so I am. And so I just want to encourage you to go inward, find your inner peace, okay? Trust that you are loved. They're literally, who's speaking right now? Mary Magdalene. She's saying this process will soon be over. The rise is happening. It cannot be stopped. We are here for the duration of this shift. We will assist humanity in any way necessary. The chosen are the ones that who are remembering. She's calling the chosen the ones who are remembering. Okay, will be protected because they carry the key codes to humanity's future. And she's showing like an umbrella, okay, of each chosen. Okay, so say there's millions of chosen souls that are older reincarnated souls that are here to remember, okay? And they carry the key codes and the scrolls of new information, okay? 144, as I said this. She says, put your umbrella over humanity, okay? And I'm hearing Rihanna, under my umbrella. That's literally what they're playing. But, I feel like it's a very spiritual message of putting people under your protection, okay? It doesn't mean that you're responsible for everyone, okay? And in your human incarnation, of course, your primary responsibility is yourself and your family, okay? But when you expand your visionary process, when you start seeing humanity as falling under the umbrella of love, okay? Like just this beautiful shield being poured over humanity, okay? And just understanding that everyone on some level is coming from a place of ignorance. And this is being said with love, okay? So not ignorance in an insulting sense, but in the sense of that all humanity has been lied to for so long. So even when you encounter people with a distorted view or who don't have like what you feel like they should have, like a compassionate view of humanity, or they don't have, you can just tell they're not in alignment, okay? I'll just put it like that. Recognize that even those people have never been taught the truth of who they are. So there's so many layers of healing and alignment that are being, pressed upon with false programs, okay? And those things are being purged right now. I feel you're definitely going to see this in your dreams. My dreams this week have been just off the charts as far as like very, very lucid, very real, very prophetic. I've seen a lot of prophetic things this week, a lot of symbolism, okay? But also a lot of frequency attunement where I can just feel the calibration going on in my body and in my psyche, okay? So you may be feeling that too. Yeah, so they're saying just trust that you're being attuned properly. You are receiving the codes that you need to remember the next layers of self. And they're calling it the Grand Ascension. This is the first time I've heard them call it this. Ascension is usually a term that I teach on an individual basis, right? Even though we know that it is a collective process, and that's only natural. When something happens on an individual basis, it's always going to impact the collective because of the quantum field. 444, as I said that. So they're calling it the Grand Ascension. She's saying happens soon. And it's a frequency, you guys. So a lot of times we're looking to see that out in the in the world around you, but the attunement happens within you, okay? So this frequency that's being emitted is triggering mass ascension stuff, okay? Symptoms, purging of darkness, people's moods. They might be very moody. I've noticed it too. Some may not. Again, a lot of this depends on where you are in your own process of growth. But we do have to interact with the world around us on some level. So you may be experiencing some of that, right? Because anything that anybody had tucked away, unhealed inside of themselves, and I don't mean just like covering up some mistake they made. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like deep inner trauma, generational trauma, generational oppression, okay, and mistreatment. Those are very deep wounds. So the ancestors, there are even ancestors right now that are being healed, okay? It's not even like it's just you, okay? This is a many layered process. So what do you want to say about that? Because they're showing me something. That's why your body, they're teaching in symbolism right now. They're saying this is why the roots have to be activated to assist the crown. But this is also why the crown must descend into the roots, because both exchanges are bringing enlightenment to both areas, okay? And think of it like, one part of you communicating with the other part of you, both bringing information that's valuable. And remember, DNA is just information, okay? So when you activate information with new information, you can make new choices, right? So what I'm hearing is really pivot, okay? Pivot, 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 pivot. Every time you get new information, let go of the old, okay? So it's going to look like this spiral. Think of the spiral. I always get called to show this is my little fossilized shell. Let's see. If this little shell, if the snail that built it didn't pivot, it would never form the home that it lives within. You see that? And it pivots at exactly the right moment. It was 7:22 as I said that. That's Mary Magdalene, okay? That's her number for me. So just think of it like you're building the sacred spiral of your life. Be willing to pivot. It is not a straight line. It is circular. And multidimensional circular as well. So it's so even though you're seeing this spiral, inside this is also a spiral, okay? So they're saying you're a many-layered, multidimensional being. You're capable of doing anything, okay? They're saying to show the rose quartz. I just want you to have peace. We're all feeling the ups and downs of this and the ups and downs of the collective. That's why it's really important for you to have your alone time, okay? Where you just breathe and you forget about the world. I'm hearing them sing and they're saying, forget about the world, okay? Your inner world is what matters right now. Your inner world is what's going to be reflected as that trickles out into the quantum field. Do not fear anything. She says, do not fear war. Do not fear famine. Do not fear pestilence. Do not fear the horsemen. They're here to show you what's missing inside yourself. They're not here to, she's calling it develop world scene chaos. No. What do you want to say about that? Yeah, they're here for your enlightenment. Do not fear them. What else? She says, that's it. Do not fear. All is well. And she said, if you don't feel well, because she literally said, I know you don't feel well. It will be, okay? What do you want me to do for them? She says, give you love. This is Goddess Sophia, Goddess Wisdom, Mother, the Great Mother, she's talking. She says, I carry my children throughout lineages and lifetimes unending. I will always be there for my children. So I just really want you to feel her love and her peace within you and all around you. I want you to feel like she's got you wrapped in a cocoon, like a butterfly, okay? We are really becoming right now what we were born to be, becoming. Okay? And she says, really, she wants you to work that wing, that upper back area. She wants you to go out in I don't have a lot of room in here, or I would show you, but in a space where you have enough room, and she wants you to move your arms like wings of a butterfly, okay? She really wants you to liberate this part of your energy center. So that's the upper mid-back, that area of the spinal cord. Each one of your vertebrae represents important information in your DNA. Remember that. So certain areas of the body may be feeling that tense energy right now. Pay attention to where it's at in the body. Really focus on moving that area like water, okay? And loving it and communicating with it. Have a conversation with your body, okay? And she says she will help you. And you can do this outside if possible, because nature is such a healer to you. She's saying peace to the realms. She's bringing peace to the realms inside of you, so that we can then see this all around us, okay? That's it. All right. I love you guys.